And we're back with Harrowings in the Passing Show, a little bit of who, what, when, and where here in Washington, D.C. This is the sculpture garden. And into Hirshhorn. And we're going by one of the hot dog stands, checking out some of the flora. Maybe we'll check out a little of the fauna as we walk down towards the Asian Art Museum. I think I'll do that before heading back to the car. I've got about a half an hour before I need to get in motion, pick up Lynn from work. And this is the work. This is Passing Show. This is Harrowings. This is a little bit of who, what, when, and where. A little raw journalism here in Washington, D.C., where passive population tends to take it on the chin. Could go back through this garden, but we did that on the way into the Hirshhorn. So we'll just shoot back towards it a little bit and swing back around, gradually documenting construction going on near the National Museum, built in 1879, part of the bicentennial, as to construct this museum. It used to contain the arts and industries exhibitions. I may again someday, I don't know. The building itself is difficult to maintain, being as old as it is. You can see some of the plantings, though, that are outside. More exotic specimens for this area, anyway. And another day in the bonus round in the game of Beat the Reaper. It's a warm August day, the 4th of August, I believe. Tomorrow on the 5th, over at the Hamilton Live, John Catalyst will be performing with his band. Furthermore, reference to Further that he used to be in with Phil Lesh and Bob Weir, both of whom now deceased. Phil in October 24 and Bobby in January 26 this year. Left this mortal coil. And so it goes. We're still in the game. We are. Other examples of Homo sapiens sapiens, species of primate, upright bipedal variety. They largely spend their days unaware of just how many automatic things they do to get from dawn to dusk and back again. Such is the nature of being human. I'm going to go in this side of the garden so we can take in some of the plantings because it's really beautiful. Enid A. Hauptgarten. It's a popular urban oasis since its completion in 1987. 4.2 acres, comprised 3 distinct gardens. And so that goes. That's a lot about it there that you could read if you want to stop the film. May 21st, 1987, it was dedicated. I was a couple of years out of college then, working at the Getty Foundry in Colonial Williamsburg when it opened. And you can see how it's developed in the past nearly 40 years, as well as how I've developed. So it goes. Again, the National Museum, another side of that, being closer to its architecture, decoration. And must pardon their appearance as the exhibition installation is in progress. These plants putting out a lot of oxygen for us. Just another service they provide. Soaking up the metadata. A little bit of who, what, when, and where. A reminder of what DNA can do for us. Got a rose garden back there. Cool down and power up. National Museum of African Art. They have power out with some Wi-Fi. Comfy seats and air conditioning, books, water fountains. That's interesting. That's gorgeous. Gorgeous little monuments, memorials to human beings who've come along here in the past, contributed to our culture, our research. That's what this is all about. Getting a little more documentation, potentially for research historians of the future who want to know how it all came to whatever it's coming to. We're all co-creating the future our progeny will be inheriting, and we should be mindful of that. I'll stay off the plants, as it suggests. Smithsonian Visitor Center is now open. It's got a summer shack there. It's open daily 9 to 4:30. Pretty hot here. We'll say that. I'm debating which way to go. I think I'll go down to the Asian Art Museum. They have a new cafe called the Moongate Cafe. So I'm going to check that out. And then we'll head back to the car. 3:24 now. PM, East Coast, U.S. time. There's the Moongate Garden. Take a quick look in there. Inspired as it was by architecture and landscape design built in Beijing during the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1744. You can see it there. Temple of Heaven. And it looks like the pond has been overtaken by some sort of algae. Quite still. Looks like it might have mosquito larvae acting up in there. The way the surface is rippling. Yeah, probably stand to be skimmed. You can see life itself is constantly taking new forms. I'll walk back around the outside. This area seems to be most biologically active. Many different little species I expect working together to produce that little spiral pattern, little dots, little colonies of algae, and onward. Just fascinated by life in all its various forms. I'm going to wrap up the passing show, though, to give you all a little break. Laurie McIntosh and Libra have joined. That's it. Not a lot of onlookers, but two is better than none. These African plants, I have the pots along here. I think they're from Madagascar. They're around. They have these white leaves mixed with a green and little orange flowers, star-like. Whew. There's the National Museum of Asian Art, the Arthur M. Sackler Gallery. They haven't erased his name, but he was largely responsible, and his family, for the OxyContin epidemic of synthetic opioids. Had to pay a lot for that. Out here,